Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel for another collection tour video. Now it's been a while since I've done a collection tour and I was planning on holding off until I got my brand new cabinet which is going to replace all of these details on both sides. So I'm getting a massive 2.4 meter long cabinet. It's going to be a little bit taller and it's going to have one extra layer of shelving so I can have more figures because yes, I am running out of room. It's no secret, all of these figures are jam-packed in these details. But anyway, let's get started over here with the Last Jedi Star Wars figures. I'm not sure if you've actually seen the completed sort of Last Jedi shelf. Of course, we're getting the crate version of Luke coming as well, and he'll probably go in the middle there. Or when I eventually get the massive cabinet, I'll have them all nice and spread out. They won't all be crammed in like sardines. I know a lot of people have aneurysms when they see my collection because everything is just jammed in. But there's the Rogue One shelf. All of this stuff is very similar, if not identical to how I've had it in the past. I will get a razor for that Han Solo eventually, just to have him a little bit taller in the background there. The only issue with that is that Chewie's going to be the same height, so Han is going to be quite a lot taller, which is going to be a little bit interesting. So I don't know if I'm going to go with that long term. We'll have to wait and see. The First Order is in there as well, and I do plan on having all of these Star Wars sort of new trilogy figures all in one sort of row on the new shelving, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Now here we have the prequel figures. I'm not sure if you saw the dark side version of Anakin in the collection room last time, but he is in there now, and I really do love that figure. Both of these are absolutely awesome and I cannot wait to get the Obi-Wan to pair with them. Now we do have the Deadpool shelf. I did pick up that Axeman figure when I was over in Hong Kong. Check out the Hong Kong haul video that I did, and I picked up a bunch of other figures as well. And the Cable is a new figure as well. That's from Eric Lee, and the link for Eric Lee is down in the description. If you want anything that you see here, send him a message and he can sort you out. And we have the Dusty version of Deadpool. I really like how this shelf is looking. I do have another custom sort of display base for this Cable coming because the one that comes with him is dreadful. Here we have some Marvel TV show figures. So we have the Punisher in the back there, the Daredevil and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider, and the Iron Fist from So-So Toys. I still absolutely adore this Iron Fist figure. So-So Toys did an amazing job with this piece. He poses just so damn nicely. I love that pose there, and the fist always looks lit up even though there is no light or anything in there. And down here we have my Wolverine shrine. I am planning on getting the last two versions of Wolverine, so the X-Men Origins one, and also the Wolverine movie one as well, the one in the black suit. So those should be coming eventually, and then we'll have the completed Wolverine set, and I really do love the way that looks there with the X-24 tucked up the back. Again, these are all going to be much more spaced out in the new collection sort of display cabinet thing, so when those are here, hopefully you guys won't be as stressed out when I do these collection tour videos. Now here you have the Justice League Tactical Suit Batman and Wonder Woman. These two are looking awesome together. I cannot wait to get the rest of the Justice League. The Flash and Aquaman, I'm so excited to get those figures. Here we have the So-So Toys Flash and the So-So Toys Constantine. I really do love these two CW-verse figures, and the training version of Wonder Woman as well. That shelf is really awesome. It's a bit random, and it will be much more sort of in theme when I do have the new shelf set up, and I will have the DCEU figures all together, and hopefully more CW figures when that So-So Toys Zoom comes out, because yes, I am getting that one in to review. Here we have the BVS shelf, looking pretty much identical. I do have the new Jackson Zhu cape on here, just the drape cape. I really love the way that looks here. But yeah, this is one of the shelves that is absolutely jam-packed. Here's a bit more of a less jam-packed shelf. This is just the evil version of Superman down here. I got that recently in a trade with my good buddy Daniel, and I absolutely love the way this figure looks. I know that display base we've seen a bunch of times, but either way, it still works very nicely for evil Superman. Here we have the Arkham Display, and thank goodness I am getting new cabinets because Deathstroke and Batgirl and whoever else they end up releasing, they just wouldn't fit in this shelf here. But these figures do look awesome. That Futura Knight figure is brand new as well. I got him when I was in Hong Kong. Let me know if you want to see a video on that Futura Knight figure because I can definitely make that happen. And here we have the Batman Returns / Batman 89 shelf, pretty much exactly the same as it has been. Still love that shelf, and I love that custom cape by Jackson Zhu on that Batman there. I still need to get one for the 89 Batman because his is looking a bit trash baggy. Here we have the classic sort of DC shelf with the Chris Reeve Superman, the concept comic version of Wonder Woman. I absolutely love that figure. Check out the review if you haven't already. The colors, just everything about this figure is just so amazing and vibrant. I really, really do love it. And we have the 66 Batman and Robin pair back there. Now, the Suicide Squad shelf has seen a few additions. I know Lex Luthor really wasn't in Suicide Squad, but I think he works quite well back there. And the Suicide Squad Batman is back in the collection. You can see him there. He's going to look so much more awesome when this is all more spaced out. And I also picked up the Arkham Asylum version of Joker. I am planning on getting both other versions of Harley Quinn in the future, so I will have the entire Suicide Squad set. I reckon that's going to look really awesome all on display together. But yeah, this one is another really jam-packed shelf. And now moving on to Infinity War, everyone's favorite figure line that is being absolutely, it's coming out just faster than anyone can keep up with. And here is the latest edition, or I guess you wouldn't really call Black Panther over there the latest edition, but this is the latest edition to the Infinity War line, being Doctor Strange. He looks awesome packed in there with the rest of the Infinity War cast. And I have the quarter scale Infinity Gauntlet here because obviously Star-Lord is from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and he's on a Black Widow display base, so I had to hide it somehow. But when the rest of the cast has sort of filled out this section here, his nameplate won't be visible, so it won't be as big of a deal. Now we have the Concept Marvel shelf. I don't know why I have Doctor Strange back there, but that is the original Doctor Strange with the custom head sculpt in there with the blood effects. Really love that head sculpt. I picked that up over in Hong Kong, and these two are flanking him here, these concept figures. Absolutely adore both concept. I need to do something with his arms. They're sticking out too far. It looks a bit funny, but these figures are awesome for sure. Now we have the Guardians shelf, still looking exactly the same as it was with the Yondu and Star-Lord at the front there. I really love these figures, and I cannot wait to hopefully get a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 set as well if they ever do release Drax. And then finally, the Spider-Man shelf. I'm not sure if you saw the amazing Spider-Man figure, but I got him recently from my buddy Nick, and that shelf is looking just as awesome as it has been with that super cheap Electro figure. I got him for $70, I think. Really, really cheap for that figure here, for that figure there, but I wouldn't have picked him up if not for that price point, because I really don't have a lot of love for the character in that movie. I mean, I don't hate the movie, but, you know, the character was a little bit underutilized, I think. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk more about Infinity War. So we have the new Black Panther. He is on a Infinity War display base, as you can see there. I'm just using the Outrider here to cover it up because I'm pretty sure it's an Iron Spider one or some other random one. But you can see that this set is looking really, really good. I think you can see everyone quite nicely there. Nobody's really covering up the other person, and Rocket has the gun from the deluxe version of Yondu. So he has the screen accurate gun. I believe the one he comes with is a little bit inaccurate, but that shelf is looking absolutely awesome. The Homecoming shelf is identical as it has been, but still absolutely love these two. I need to mix up the poses on these two. I think maybe a repose video can definitely be in store for these two guys there. The Ragnarok shelf is still looking really, really nice as well. I think I might move that Thor and put him up where the Hulk is, just so that you can see Odin, because he's sort of tucked back there. And you can't raise him, because his spear is pretty much touching the top of that glass piece. So if you raise him up, his sort of spear thing wouldn't really work. So I'll have to work on that. And down here we have a bit of a early MCU shelf. So we've got the rescue, or the custom rescue version of Cap. We've got the first Avenger Red Skull, Golden Age Cap. We've got the stealth suit Cap, and then T'Chaka and the first version of Ant-Man. It's really haphazard at the moment, but when the rest of the Black Panther line comes out, he's going to be put with them, and then when the Ant-Man and the Wasp figures come out, he's going to be put with them, and then I've got the last two versions of Cap that I needed, the Star-Spangled Man and the first Avenger version. They are on the way. I know the first Avenger version is identical to that one, but he's on the way, so when they get here, I'll have the entire Cap set, so I'm pretty excited to complete that. So that's going to be pretty darn awesome. Now, on the top here, usually I do these last, but I thought may as well do them while I'm over here. We have the quarter scale figures, and I'll give you a look of what that lineup looks like. I've moved all the quarter scale figures onto one side. It was the Hulkbuster here previously, but he's moved to the other side. You can see the Mark 45. We've got the Mark 43 and the Mark 42 as well. So those are all the Iron Man quarter scale figures thus far. When the Mark 3 comes out, I will pick that up as well. And we have the Dark Knight Rises figure and the Batman Begins. The Joker will be going up there as well eventually when he does arrive. And we have the Boba Fett. Still love that. And obviously the quarter scale, the Return of the Jedi version of Darth Vader? Yeah, he is coming out hopefully very soon as well. I saw him in person in Hong Kong and he is awesome. Now let's move over to the double detolfs, and they are from, I know I never answer these in the videos, today I'm doing it, there is no need to comment. They are from a store called Cheap as Chips down in Australia. They come black, but I vinyl wrapped them in white, so they are white to match everything else, and they are pretty much a rip-off of the IKEA detolfs, just made 2 times as wide. You see even the hardware is pretty identical to the IKEA detolf, so no need to comment. I have answered that finally in one of my collection tour videos. But up here you see the Mark II version of the Whiplash, the diecast figure, the custom Tony Stark in the racing suit with the Mark V head, and the workshop Tony body. So he does have the actual rash, arc reactor rash under there, so it's all accurate. And the Ironmonger as well. I still love that Ironmonger. One day maybe a diecast version would be nice, but for now he is just awesome as he is. And here we have the A New Hope / animated Boba Fett shelf. You can see that they are all looking pretty similar to how they have been. I put some razors in there. I don't know if I did that in the previous video, but that means you can see all of the crew pretty well. The sort of dark side crew, plus Chewbacca. I need to sort of incorporate him a little bit better with the other guys, but you can see they're a little bit meddled up and sort of huddled together. They'll be all sort of spaced out when we have the new cabinet. So there's another cabinet going on this side here that's going to be 2 meters long and 2 meters tall, so it's going to be absolutely enormous. Now here we have the Empire. You can see the Emperor and his Royal Guard at the front there. I am toying with the idea of getting the Emperor and the throne and a second Royal Guard and just having that complete set, because I think that could be quite nice. And then obviously all the rest of the troopers. Obviously we've got another Stormtrooper coming out, so I need to find a place to put him. I don't exactly know where he's going to go for the time being. And here we have the Empire Strikes Back shelf with my favorite version of Darth Vader so far. A lot of people ask me what my favorite version of Darth Vader is. It's this one here, because it comes with this awesome display base, and he's had all this sort of re-engineering done and all the new pieces and everything, and the light-up effects and everything. It's just one awesome piece. As a value proposition for the standard price point, this is definitely the one to have in my opinion. Now down here we have the return of the Jedi shelf. I cannot wait to get that deluxe version of Luke Skywalker. I saw it in person in Hong Kong and it's looking awesome. I didn't see the Endor accessories, but I can't wait to get those. Those are going to be really awesome. And I'm going to have this one here displayed with the sort of hair blowing in the wind effect, because I think that's going to be pretty awesome from that sort of sail barge scene. Now up here we have Ultron from Age of Ultron and the Gladiator Hulk, and a bit of a random cameo appearance. This is the Infinite Transformation version of the sort of Masterpiece 3.0 style Optimus Prime. I think this is hands down the best, the most screen accurate looking. That Magic Square one, I think, is definitely not the one to get. This is the one to get. I'm toying with painting his grill section white, because that's how he looked in the cartoon. But you can see he's standing there next to Megatron. I think they are awesome. I just need to put them in a Transformers Masterpiece shelf when I eventually get around to unboxing all of my Masterpiece figures. But as you can see, it's pretty jam-packed here, so I don't really have room for them. Now here we have the Civil War shelf, the shelf that I get the most amount of flack for, because they are all sort of jammed and crammed in there. Don't worry, they will be way more spaced out when we have the new cabinets. I can't wait to let each figure sort of breathe and pose them up quite nicely, because they are in pretty static poses. I still love that Mark 46 pose though. I don't think that is going to change at all. And whoop, there's the reused display base that we've seen a bunch of times, including with that evil Superman, but still I don't mind it at all. Now here we have the Age of Ultron shelf. I'm hoping that because the shelves are a little bit taller in the new cabinets, I'm hoping that Hulk can stand up, because he's obviously crouched down in both this shelf and the one below, so hopefully he'll be able to stand up a little bit more. But this remains exactly the same as it has been. And down here we have the Avengers 1 cast. You can see that they are still identical. I do have a Chitauri Commander. I don't know if you saw that in a previous video, but I got him off my buddy Daniel as well. Now down here we have the die-cast Iron Man figures. These can also do with being spaced out a little bit more. They are exactly the same as they have been. I cannot wait to eventually get the die-cast Mark 7 and hopefully Hot Toys redo that one there, the Mark 1 in die-cast, because that's going to be one that I think a lot of people are going to be very, very excited to get. Before we get to those guys down there, I've got the Mark 4 with Gantry, the die-cast figure. I want to say a huge thank you once again to Aaron Jones for giving me that. That's an absolutely awesome gift and one that I definitely wasn't expecting, so huge thank you for that. Check out the video if you want to see the story behind that, and check out Aaron's channel as well. And we have the Hulkbuster over here. He is flanked by Transformers, but don't worry, as I said, they are going somewhere else. And here we have the Hot Toys Optimus Prime. I know he's not the correct Optimus Prime to be going with this Bumblebee, but we haven't gotten a Optimus Prime from that film from 3A yet. But as soon as we do, he's going to be out of there, and I'm going to put that one in. But I absolutely adore this Bumblebee figure, and he's doing really well. His video is I think, almost 80,000 views, which is absolutely crazy. I think a lot of people wanted to see an English review of this guy here because he is just absolutely awesome. And I think they sort of work well together because they are that sort of rusty, sort of worn paint job on there. And here we have this custom Spectre figure that I made when I was over in Hong Kong. So it's a black box figure, but I got a brand new head sculpt and I got a new body because the head sculpt and body that came with him were absolutely awful, but the outfit and everything was really, really good. So I reused all the parts and I put together this Spectre figure. And then over here we have the Mondo Batman. So this was the deluxe version. However, I couldn't fit his deluxe huge cape in there. I will hopefully have that done when we get the new cabinets, but I absolutely love that Mondo Batman figure. And when the Mr. Freeze comes out, they're going to make an awesome pair. And then finally on this side we have the Assassin's Creed Altair figure. This is actually my fiance's figure. This was her first figure. I bought it for her because you can see how many figures that I have, and I wanted her to be a part of the collection, or I wanted her figures to be a part of the collection as well. So I got her this because she absolutely adores Assassin's Creed. And apparently this figure is very, very accurate from the game as well, and she I think really likes it. So he's in there, and I'll be getting the rest of the figures from that line for her. Now we also have on this side, this is probably my biggest offender for random figures being placed in random places. I know a lot of people are going to give me some flack for this, but here we have the Matrix Neo figure. He's looking really, really awesome, as he did when we did the review. A lot of people did say how cool he looks, and I agree, and I love that pose. I think he looks just damn awesome in that pose right there. Now here we have the Ghostbusters. So obviously it was recently announced that the Ghostbusters, the original alive remaining 3, will be doing another film, and it's good to have these guys because I think the price might go up a little bit on these. They already have, but I think they might go up a little bit more when that film does come out. Now down here we have literally the randomest shelf in this room. Here we have the classic Predator, the Last Samurai figure, and the 2 Back to the Future figures. So there is no reason at all why these ones should be going together. It's just the only place that I could fit them when I ran out of space. And I do have a few more Detolf shelves, as you can see back there, where the James Bond figure is. But when I got these figures, this is where they ended up. And they'll probably stay here until I get my new cabinets. And the last shelf down here is the Robocop and the Terminators and Jack Sparrow for good measure. Completely random, no idea why he's down there, but he just ended up down there. He's really dark in there, but I did do a review on him if you want to see him in greater detail. But that Robocop figure is absolutely awesome, so definitely do pick that one up if you are a fan of Robocop. Now, that's pretty much it for the collection tour, guys. I mean, nothing really drastically has changed here. I did get 2 more Detolfs on the side here, as you saw, but everything pretty much has remained exactly the same. Let me know if you want to see more of these collection tour videos, and I will obviously show you when the new cabinet arrives. It's going to go to about there, so it's a little bit longer, and it's going to end at about there. So the quarter scale figures might have to go up a little bit. We'll have to wait and see how it all looks. They might even fit in to the new cabinets. Who knows? So that's about it for this video, guys. Check out the Mint and Seal Box podcast. Zachary and I have been interviewing a few collectors recently, and there will definitely be more to come. It's a new segment called Figure Talk, and we're really happy with how the podcast is going. We just did a huge rebrand, new logos and everything. It's looking really, really awesome, so definitely do check it out. And the easiest way to get to that is on Facebook, as well as Justin's Collector Group. We post everything in there as well. That's the new collector group that I started with a bunch of collectors and YouTubers alike, and we all come together and chat about figures and upcoming releases and stuff. And it's a really nice place to hang out, so check that out in the link down below as well. And that's about it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.